So, Ty, thank you for sitting down with me. So, just for those who kind of don't know your story or where you're playing at, can you just let me know a little bit about where you're playing and then what types of issues you were dealing with before we started working together?
Yeah, so I play at Tarleton State here in Stephenville, Texas. Um, Basically, was having some shoulder problems throughout the summer and this year, and was kind of tired of having shoulder pain and being able like barely able to throw every day. So
What types of shoulder pain were you experiencing? Like, did you receive a diagnosis or was this just something that you were trying to battle through without actually talking to the training staff?
yeah, it was just something I was trying to battle through. Really, I'm a fifth year senior, so I was like, this is my last ride, so I need to try to battle through it and not miss any time. So kind of felt it in the middle of my shoulder, and anytime I would raise my arm over my head, it would just be like a shooting pain throughout my arm. So
So, I imagine that there was other things that you were trying to do before you started to look at posture as an avenue to rehab it. So, what were some of those things that you were trying?
yeah, like PRP shots, any kind of Advil, like icy hot and stuff like that, and weighted ball stuff, just trying to strengthen the shoulder, and nothing was working.
So what was kind of that switch that changed for you that was like, what I'm doing isn't working. I've got to try something else. But what about posture made it seem like this is what would work for me?
Um, just kind of scrolled through, saw your Instagram, kind of was like looking at some of these stories and like looking how posture can relate to injuries. If you have bad posture, um, it can decrease your velo and increase injuries. So that was kind of a big thing for me, and so then I reached out, and yeah.
So most of the work that you were doing in regard to the shoulder injury was sounds like it was specifically trying to target the shoulder. So
Mm.
we came in with a different approach of trying to look at everything within your body rather than just where the pain is at. What about that thought process kind of opened something for you to be like, hey, there's other things that I can work on that are leading to what's happening at my shoulder?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of crazy to me, like anytime you get an injury, you just kind of think like it's that exact point. That's the only thing that's hurting. And then we started doing stuff, like with my hips and hamstrings and my lower or my back. And all of a sudden, like my shoulder just started freeing up, and it was nice.
So for you, how long did it take you to start like feeling results?
About like a week and a half.
That's so sick. So
Yeah.
within those 10 days, what did you feel change?
I was able to lift my arm over the head. Really, I could throw the baseball. I didn't have to do like a 45-minute warm up routine. Like I could just pick up a baseball and just start throwing it.
So I'm glad you brought up your warm-up routine. How have you felt like your pre-throw or pre-lift stuff that you have to do in order to get your body ready to go? How has that changed and has it condensed at all?
Yeah, I went from about 45 minutes to 10 minutes. Before before practice, I'll do my posture stuff, and before lifts, do my posture stuff, and feel ready to go.
So obviously like spending less time at the field, getting your body ready to go is always going to be like a good thing just from your time management point. But what do you feel like not having to do as much to get ready? It like has that changed anything for you in what else you're doing as far as like my body feels like it has more energy going on the field or like is there any sorts of changes that you've noticed along those lines?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I recover better. Um, I'm able to bounce back a little faster if I need to go back-to-back days. Um, I'm I'm ready to go, and yeah, just overall, just like everything in baseball just feels a little better.
So being the closer, like you're not necessarily hot every single day, but you're hot the majority of the days that you're out
Mm.
there. So the faster bounce back is definitely awesome. One of the things that I know we talked about was trying to do a couple of your exercises in the bullpen before you actually step up on the hill.
Mm.
If you have that amount of time and it's not like, hey, you got to get hot right now, just get into it. So when you do those couple exercises before you start to throw in the bullpen, what does that do for you?
Kind of just feels like it frees up my scap and my lat, like kind of um, gets it primed ready to kind of throw as hard as I can. Um, Gets that going. Sometimes, gets my back going, T-spine. Just gets ready to throw.
So in kind of the way that you viewed this from like how just on the athlete side of the program, how would you describe what we did together to somebody who has no idea what this is?
Um, I'd just say like it works. It's real. Um, like my arm feels probably the best it's felt in a while. Um, I'm able to throw harder, um, and I'm able to bounce back, and just like my overall life is a little better. Just I can sleep better. Like I don't have any lower back pain or my shoulders not hurting. Like I can't. Um, I'm able to just do everyday stuff, but overall, like my baseball stuff has been improved by a lot.
So this is going to be a little bit of a weird question. I kind of just thought of it on the fly. But one of the things that I see with like a lot of guys is like you start working with somebody at a school and they do their posture stuff, and then some of their friends or teammates on the team also try to do some of the exercises that they're doing. So has that
Mm.
been something that's like happened with you and some of the guys on your team? And what's kind of been something that you've seen in them if that has happened?
No, I mean some guys just kind of just sit there and watch, and then they're like, "Does that actually help?" And I'm like, "Well, in the fall I was, you know, 88, 90. Now I'm 93, 92, 94. Um, so yeah, I'd say it works. So, some of the guys like to sit there and they do their stretching, sit on the foam roller and stuff, or, you know, kind of just sit there and watch me do it.
Do you feel like posture has given you an edge in any sort of way?
I mean, I would say so, just being able to stay healthy. Like I think the biggest thing in college baseball, like availability is the name of the game. Like if you're available to throw, like you'll get opportunities to throw. So, um, I think that's been, I mean, I would say that's the edge, like just keeping me on the field. So
What So as far as like where you guys are at in your season right now and kind of like the goals that you have for yourself, what are you hoping to be able to do with the rest of your fifth year season?
yeah, kind of want to just, keep winning. We want to win the WAC tournament, win the want to win the conference, and then make a regional and hopefully further, and then hopefully, sign after that.
Well, I know you've got a pretty good shot to do that with some of the numbers that you're putting up right now.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. Hopefully I can keep those going.
Well, Ty, last question for you. Is there anything that you would say to somebody who's kind of on the fence about like I've been down the injury path, I've tried some of these things that haven't worked, but I still don't know if this thing would work for me. What would you say to that person?
I would just say it can and it will work for you. I felt like I tried every single thing, tried every medicine, everything to heal it or even like just mask the pain. Sometimes, like you're looking for the short term stuff and it's just not working. But long term, like overall, posture therapy is it's the best. It's gonna help you in baseball or whatever sport you are, but in your overall life too. Like you're gonna sleep better and your recovery is gonna be better. You're gonna be able to lift without pain. Um, yeah, I would just say do it.
Well, Ty, I appreciate you sitting down and sharing your story, dude. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you're able to do with the rest of your season.
Yeah, thank you.